Minister of Human Resources.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I'd pleasure to rise today to congratulate the 2013 inductees to the City of Fredericton Sports Wall of Fame. I had the pleasure of attending the induction ceremony this past weekend along with my colleagues, Minister of Energy and Mines, and the member from Fredericton Silverwood. Mr. Speaker, this is the 22nd annual induction ceremony and has been organized each year by the Fredericton Sports Investments Group. This year's inductees were golfer Dave Irving, husband and wife team Ruth and Don Hawks, who have contributed to competitive swimming for more than 30 years, volleyball builder Steve Langtang, and rugby player Scott McAfee. And Mr. Speaker, some of the most memorable moments of the evening were the stories that the recipients told. And it's no wonder that Dave Irving became a golfer. He grew up next to the old 8th hole at the Fredericton Golf Club. And it certainly paid off, Mr. Speaker. He won the club championship 9 times, including 6 consecutive times, and his first win when he still was a junior. He's the only male golfer in New Brunswick to represent the province in junior, amateur, and senior events. And at one time, he held the course records on courses in 3 different provinces. At the age of 73, he says he can still shoot his age. Ruth and Don Hawks have been involved in the swimming for past 30 years. They humbly called themselves volunteers, Mr. Speaker, but certainly have been much more than that. They've been mentors in educating and promoting swimming locally, provincially, and nationally. They are among the longest-serving volunteers with Swimming New Brunswick. Steve Langtang is an engineer by trade, so he builds things. And that's exactly what he started to do 15 years ago when he had the idea of forming the V-Reds Volleyball Club. The V-Reds Club has now evolved to over 400 members and has captured over 30 provincial championships. Many graduates of the program have gone on to have successful careers as CIF athletes. And as with many of these individuals, Mr. Speaker, these sports are truly a family affair, as Steve was quick to credit the support of his wife, Vicki, and his 2 young daughters that are both volleyballers now. And Steve's vision initially was to have a program where kids could learn about volleyball and have fun. He certainly accomplished that and much, much more, Mr. Speaker. Perhaps one of the most memorable speeches was the next one. It started out that he had 13 concussions, 7 broken noses, 3 broken ribs, a broken collarbone, 2 cracked sternums, over 100 stitches, 3 dislocated shoulders, 2 hernias, and a lifelong time of memories. And that was the way Scott McAfee, a rugby player, started his speech. The rugby player said that in some families they travel or bike or write or quilt. In my family, we play rugby. And Scott did it very well, Mr. Speaker. He was a key member of 12 Provincial League championships, along with 7 Maritime and 6 Atlantic Championship teams. He's the all-time leading scorer in the Fredericton Loyals program, the New Brunswick Rugby Union, the Atlantic Alliance Rugby League, and the Rugby League Super League of Canada. Retired at the young age of, I think, early 40s, Scott continues to focus on rugby and building the youth component of the Fredericton Loyals program. Mr. Speaker, the Meyer and Jack Budovich Trophy was also awarded that night to the 2012 Fredericton Athlete of the Year, rugby player Jeb Sinclair. He's had an outstanding career in the sport of rugby, just signed a 3-year deal with the London Irish professional team, and interestingly enough, Jeb didn't start playing rugby until grade 11, so it's never too late to start something new. Also, Ann Urquhart was recognized as the 2012 William McGilvery Award as the Outstanding Volunteer. Her involvement since 1979 with the sport of ringette has been outstanding. And last of all, I want to congratulate the Fredericton Sports Investment Group. The 32-member volunteer board has been a committed group over the past 32 years, putting back over $3 million into the sports community in the city of Fredericton. So I'd ask the entire House today to join in congratulating all these recipients and their contributions to sport across our province and to the city of Fredericton. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.